5 feet apart in crowded places. I can never understand why you would take my hand. Two bearing scars, spanning faces. Why in all this time did you never take the door? Reach for something more. I'm in your arms. It's gonna get better. Time can only heal what you let him. Exchanging hearts, not a lesson learned in everything I put you through. Please never take the door. I'll be someone more. As long as I am, you're a part of the song. Inside my heart beats more and more. I will be the man you fell in love with when we met. I was your knight in shining armor, fighting dragons with my pen. I'll write 1,000,000 songs about you so the world can truly know you are my anchor when insanity comes knocking at my door. Is always open when you're broken. I'll be there to make you hold on to this feeling. Never leave it, darling. I'm right here, so please don't take the sleep and dream like there's nothing wrong. Life goes on. Fear can't wait for another day. Life goes on. Sleep and dream like there's nothing wrong. Life goes on. Fear can't wait till another day. Life goes on. Sleep and dream like there's nothing wrong. Life goes on. Can't wait till another day. Life goes on. Hello, and welcome to Coffee on Korriban. Hope you like this song. I'm going to start doing pre-show stuff from now on because it's fun, and I got to record more of my stuff. So I hope you liked that. If you did, let me know. And if you didn't, then I'll write a better song, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to have a fantastic evening tonight. I have two special guests that are going to pop on and possibly more. So if anyone else wants to join in on the discussion a little bit further down the stream, then let me know and I can send you the link. But we're going to get into the topic of our top 5 favorite moments of Star Wars. It can be a scene, it can be a little story arc, maybe just our top 5 favorite like things that every time we watch them, we're like, this is Star Wars. This is absolutely Star Wars. So we're going to get into it in just a little bit. I'm waiting for my co-host to jump in. But if you guys have any questions in the meantime, then go ahead and put them in the comments and I will respond to them. Star Wars, guys, is here. So hello. Here is a sip for you. And let's see who else we got. We have Average, my dude. Good to see you here. Here is a sip for you. Also, that comment by the Star Wars guys I didn't read yet, but he says, cool, I've dabbled in Drop D and half step down a few times, but mostly use standard. Yeah, standard is, standard. That's why people call it standard. But Drop D is exceptionally fun for me, especially if you're playing in the key of A. There's some really cool chords you can do. A lot of people use Drop D just for chugging, for metal type riffs, but I love Drop D for really cool open chords. I love alternate chords, not your typical G, D, E minor, C. I like to play variations on those chords quite often. But I would just like to let everyone know here we have our co-host for the night. So if everyone will welcome SusTea.
What's going on?
I'm doing a stream and it's going well so far.
That is awesome.
That is an excellent painting behind you. Is that a painting?
Yeah, it is. It's actually a painting on a canvas that my brother made me.
Oh, who is your brother?
You is my brother.
Everyone, welcome SusTea, my brother from California. And that painting in the background, I painted that for him, by the way. I wish I had painted it for myself and kept it because it's a pretty sick painting. But yeah, Felix
is the
Kuros.
best.
Here's a sip for you, good sir. Glad to have you here. If you want to join in on the stream a little bit later after we have our discussion, then you are more than welcome to. We also have Padawannabe. I take cream and a little sugar. Excellent choice, my good sir. So nice to have you here. Here's a sip for you. Shameless plug, self-pat on the back. Yeah, for the painting, I'm really proud of that. I don't paint a whole lot, but I'm really happy with how that one turned out.
It is really nice.
There it is. Your setup looks pretty sweet.
Thank you. Yeah,
with the blue and the background.
Oh yeah, I can do whatever I want.
Oh, that's so fancy.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
I got everything light up, which is pretty cool.
Cool. Well, do you want to tell anyone anything about yourself before we get started?
Just a little backstory. So I'm pretty sure TJ or Tim or what's your name here?
Coffee on Korriban.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Coffee on Korriban.
Everyone knows me as Timothy.
Okay, I'm pretty sure Timothy was the one who actually got me into Star Wars because obviously it was like you watch Star Wars growing up. I kind of grew up with the Clone Wars, which is awesome, but it wasn't like a cool, like a really awesome this is like awesome, I love Star Wars type thing until he started getting into it and I was like, oh, older brother likes it, I gotta like it too, and now it's actually like my thing too. I really like Star Wars.
Paid by numbers. So I got you into Star Wars.
Yeah, for the most part.
Cool.
A lot of it was watching Clone Wars growing up. That was huge. And like being able to, watch the Clone Wars and get the backstory on everything after watching the real movies,
Yes, and you have more knowledge of Clone Wars than I do because
that is true.
I hate to admit it, but I
have not seen all the Clone Wars episodes. I've seen bits and pieces. I know a lot of the stories that happen, but I haven't gone back and rewatched the series all the way through, which I really need to do. My wife and I are planning on doing that. So we will be doing that at some point. But you watched the Clone Wars way before I was even really into Star Wars. And
That
I
is
would
true.
see you watching those episodes. I remember theorizing with you about Darth Jar Jar on those
That
episodes
was so
where he's
bad.
like mind controlling what were they, serpents or
The
something?
monsters, like the water monsters on Naboo.
Yeah, that was fun. But I remember you were all into that show. You were watching that long before I was really into Star Wars. But I always enjoyed talking about Star Wars with you and stuff. And so now here you are on my show, which is
true.
Pretty cool. So we got some people here. If anyone has any questions before we get into our discussion, go ahead and pop them down in the chat and we can have a little discussion before we get into it. But like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite Star Wars moments. So they can be a scene, a line of dialogue, an action scene, whatever. Just our top 5 moments that when we watch them, we think, this is Star Wars. Now this is pod racing.
Yeah.
Star Wars guy says, if you make a watch party of the Clone Wars, I'll be there. That would be an endeavor. Unless you mean the Clone Wars movie, which we can do. But imagine a watch party.
Yeah, let's
of
do
the
8
entire
seasons.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, including Bad Batch, 8 seasons. It'd be nuts. Because let's be real, Bad Batch is basically...
Well, with Bad Batch, it'd be
Clone
9.
Wars. Yeah. No, there's 7 seasons of Clone Wars.
No, the final was 8, I'm pretty sure.
7.
Are you sure?
Clone Wars season 7. Okay, chat, put it.
Can we get a third party?
Can we get a chat check? Clone Wars season 7 was the one that just came out last year.
No, I'm pretty sure that was 8.
No, I don't know. Can
See,
we get?
now you're
some
second guessing yourself.
I am second guessing myself. This is terrible.
Does anyone else know? We could easily.
Yeah, someone put in the chat.
Okay, it's 7.
7
I don't
was
want to talk about it.
Yeah, season 7. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Asset music is. I'm glad to have you here. If anyone doesn't know, Asset, is it Asset or Azet? I can never remember.
SZ.
SZ. Okay. Anyway,
SZ.
he supplies a lot of the lo-fi music you hear in my videos. So if you like lo-fi music, hip-hop backing tracks, or you need music to put your own rap over, Coach, I'm looking at you, then go ahead and hit up SZ Music. He makes some pretty sweet stuff. So go ahead and you know what? Go give him a sub. I'm gonna put his channel down in the bottom, so you guys can all sub to SZ. Because we need to get this man some more subscribers. So either or, he says, for his name. All right, there is his YouTube channel link. It should be at least. So everyone go subscribe to Azet Music right now. He makes some really good stuff. Just give him your subscription. It costs you nothing, but maybe 5 seconds. So go ahead and do that. And let's get him up in his subscriber count. Taylor, you know Sam?
I do.
That is Azet Music.
Oh, cool.
He makes some fantastic stuff.
Do I know Sam?
Do you know Sam? Anyway, we're going to get into the discussion now. So we're going to talk about, if I can pull this up, our top 5 favorite Star Wars moments. So these are just the most impactful pieces of Star Wars that we watch. So I will let you go ahead and go first. What is your top?
Okay.
Or number 5?
Okay.
Star Wars moment.
So before we get into this, I was under the impression it was favorite, not most impactful.
Okay. Well, it's the same thing. Favorite.
Okay.
Just when you watch this, you think, yeah, this is Star Wars.
Okay.
So what is your number 5?
All right. So my number 5, I'm going to start it off with, in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when they all get in that giant arena and they're all having this, on Geonosis, they're all having that huge brawl, and then Jango Fett dies, obviously, all that kind of stuff. That's just such a cool scene because it's one side you have Jedi and the clones, obviously, at the end of the fight, but Jedi, and then versus all of the Geonosis warriors and the battle droids and everything. And so I thought that was pretty cool, especially when they charge in. So it's like,
I would even add on to that, after the Geonosis arena, when all the clones are charging in, and it's just dust everywhere. And it's just all just dust, and you see blaster bolts going different directions, forward and back, and it's just all the clones just charging in. And now that we have the Clone Wars TV show, we know what the Clone Wars would turn into, and all the sacrifices that the clones would make and that the Jedi would make. That's such an impactful moment. That's the start of it. They're just all charging in. These beings were created for that one purpose, to charge in and get shot.
Yep.
Or take over the command post.
Yeah. So there's one or the other. There's no in between.
Oh, we got Leia Rose here. Welcome to the stream, and here is a sip for you. SusTea, where is your beverage? What is it, water?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, coffee is mainly water, so I guess that counts.
Thank you.
Let's see. Padawanabe says a race isn't necessarily a Star Wars thing, but the pod race even still gets me tense. Yeah, the pod race is just the best. Like, if you're talking about like a solid 20 minutes or whatever, the pod race is like the best Star Wars. Maybe a few exceptions, but that's like as a little chunk. If you want to watch for 20 minutes, the pod race is just so entertaining every time. Every rewatch, you never get tired of it.
All right, what is your number 5? So we got my number 5.
Okay, your number 5. My number 5 would have to be the Starfighters over Coruscant. It's the very beginning shot of episode 3. If you're not watching the extended edition, if you're watching regular edition, you see Anakin and Obi-Wan flying their ships next to each other, and you're like, oh, they're in a space battle. They fly past a few ships, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, we're getting a space battle. And they dive over the bow of the ship, and it's the entire battle scene
above
over
the
planet of Coruscant at nighttime. That shot is mind-blowing. It's beautiful. It blows my mind every time I see that. It's just like, this is what a battle looks like in space in Star Wars. And I've said a billion times by now, maybe not a billion, but a ton of times by now, that I watch Star Wars and I enjoy Star Wars because it puts me in that world. And if there's a battle, that is the battle that puts me into the Star Wars universe. Just when they fly their starfighters over Coruscant, it drops down and you see that shot of the entire battle scene over Coruscant. It's crazy for me. And that is my number 5.
Wow, that's awesome. I actually totally forgot about that until you just mentioned it right now.
It's amazing. It's really easy to forget that scene because you think it starts out with them rescuing Chancellor Palpatine, and we have the duel with Dooku right at the beginning of the movie, and that opening shot, people kind of overlook that. They forget that. But I've seen a lot of reactions to people watching Revenge of the Sith for the first time, and that always is the people just like, it blows their minds when they see that for the first time, because up until that point, we'd never seen anything that large scale in Star Wars. And it's just a crazy space battle. So that's my number 5.
You know what's cool about that part too?
What?
In the Lego video game at that part.
That is a great level. That is like
where it's impossible to shoot the shields on each side.
Yeah, that's like the better version of the pod race.
Yeah,
that level. Yeah. Put it in a mug and you fool the viewers, SusTea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, put it in a mug.
Also, I'd like to...
Not going to lie, I've done that before. Some of my videos have me drinking water. Or maybe not. Maybe it's always coffee, because it's always coffee on Korriban. Yeah.
I'd like to do a little disclaimer, though, because the reason I'm drinking water instead of coffee right now is because it's 90 degrees in my room because the air conditioner broke. So
that's right. I did hear that. That's
it's very hot in here. Yeah,
that's so bad. Well, if you have to bounce after we hit our top 5 and I don't know, go take a shower or something, then you are welcome to do that.
We will see.
You are not my prisoner. All right, what is I'll go number 4. I will go number 4. It's the immolation scene with Anakin getting chopped up and burned.
Okay. And
Obi-Wan says, "You are my
right." That's such a
Anakin.
Huge moment for the series. Yeah.
It's the pivotal moment in the Skywalker saga, which is all 6 movies. I said 6.
Yep. No one.
But it's the pivotal moment when he fully transforms he fully lets go of any hope of him returning to the light side. Because when he's dueling with Obi-Wan, you're always holding on to the hope that he comes to his senses, or maybe he gets wounded by Obi-Wan and he realizes what he's doing and he asks for help. And you can see him mouth the words when he's laying there burning, "Help me." But just that whole scene is you know he's Darth Vader now, fully and completely consumed by Darth Vader at that point. And that scene is just emotional. I'm going to do another stream, top saddest moments of Star Wars. I'm going to have some different guests and we're going to talk about the saddest moments of Star Wars. But that's one of them. It makes me tear up every single time. And it's so sad because Obi-Wan never realized that Anakin needed a father. And he says, "You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you, but like a brother, never as the mentor and the father figure that he needed." And even earlier in the movie, Anakin says, "You've always been like," or maybe it was in Attack of the Clones. He tells Padme, "He's like a father to me." I think it was Attack of the Clones. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But Anakin wanted to view Obi-Wan as a father. And right then when he says, "You were my brother," it's sad because they had that brotherly friendship. But it's also even more sad because Obi-Wan still viewed him as only a brother. So in that moment, it's just he was never the right master for Anakin. It's very sad. So that's my number 4, the immolation scene. It's just so pivotal and important to the story.
Yeah,
so
I got you.
What is your number 4?
Okay, my number 4 is going to have to be, okay, and it's not necessarily this huge pivotal moment for the series itself, but before, this is around episode 2, but after episode 2, between episode 2 and 3, when Anakin is still training Ahsoka. Do you remember the moment when Ahsoka was accused of murder and she went on trial, all that kind of stuff? You remember that, right? Yep. So during that time, you know who set Ahsoka up? Do you remember?
It's Barris, right?
It's Barris, yeah. Do you remember the fight at the end of the episode between Barris and between Anakin?
I was reading this comment real quick.
Okay.
The fight between Dooku and Anakin in front of the Emperor. Anakin is almost enjoying himself until Palp speaks to him. He really is stepping into his powers hard. Yeah, that's a crazy and important moment. And one of those stepping stones that were just the numerous stepping stones, and especially in the Clone Wars, of him turning to the dark side, just those little steps at a time until the last thing, his wife possibly dying and Palpatine being the only way to save her, was what put him over the edge. So yeah, continue with your point.
General Kenobi. Sorry, I had someone said hello there.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Matt Cave. I missed it.
Yeah, exactly, Matt Cave. Outside in the courtyard, Anakin destroys Barris. Yeah, it's such a cool scene because I believe Anakin uses 2 lightsabers in that scene, which is awesome. Not only that, but it doesn't take any effort for him to just absolutely destroy Barris in front of the younglings that are training in the courtyard, which is just such a cool scene because it shows how powerful he is and how upset he was. Like, his emotions just got the best of him because he knew that she was responsible for, what happened to Ahsoka.
Yeah, see, I want to watch that now. I haven't seen that scene.
It's really cool.
But I can imagine. Yeah, sounds like a good moment. I wish I could comment on it.
And everything happens in a split second because Barris is hiding Ahsoka's lightsaber. And her, or Barris is hiding her, red lightsabers. And as soon as she reaches to grab them, Anakin blocks it. And it's like so fast. It's really cool.
Yeah. I'm going to interject in here.
Go for it.
Before we move on to the next top Star Wars moment and pose a question to both you and the chat. Is it possible for a dark side user, or would it be feasible or something you would be okay with for a dark side user, not necessarily a Sith, but a dark side user, someone completely fit into the dark side, consumed by the dark side of the Force, exclusively uses the dark side of the Force, to have a lightsaber that is any color other than red?
So you're saying, say it one more time, a little more simple. Sorry.
Basically, does a dark side using Force person have to have a red lightsaber? Like when they make their crystal bleed, would it always bleed red in every situation?
Are you saying will it always, or are you saying should it always?
Yeah, I guess if you're completely consumed by the dark side, will your crystal always bleed red?
I would assume so. Dark side equals red lightsaber. I mean, that's kind of just facts.
Yeah, and that's why it's an interesting question, because there could be another color that it could bleed into. Matt Cave says, I would say any color other than blue or green. So I would imagine purple or yellow, I guess, could work, but he's just saying not blue or green. I could see that.
We could talk gray. I could see that.
Paul, I know you. Paul hates yellow lightsabers. He thinks they're disgusting and nasty. And I don't know if you saw that poster with Luke and Grogu, where Grogu's constructing his yellow lightsaber. That was a big deal a couple weeks ago. But Paul hated that because yellow lightsaber. Padawannabe says, I don't believe so. Even in the old canon, they made their crystals red by the process, not by a choice. That is absolutely true. It was the process that bled the crystals red, and it would be weird to bleed any other color than red. So I guess that's how your take on it. I'm just curious because there's a character, not a real Star Wars character, just one I've been thinking of, a hypothetical Star Wars character who is a dark side user but not aligned with the Sith Order. And when trying to bleed their crystal, they don't have the proper knowledge of the Sith Order in how to bleed a crystal. And it ends up bleeding like a poison green color. So not like Luke green or Yoda green, but like poisonous, toxic green color. And he's fully turned over to the dark side, but he's not bleeding it in the proper way that the Sith normally would. So it's just a thought experiment I had. I wanted to see what all your take were on it. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any other dark side users in KOTOR or even Jedi Academy used any other colors. I don't think so. I think dark side users exclusively use red blades when they bleed themselves, when it's their lightsaber. And obviously, if they take a lightsaber and use it and it's a different color, that's a different thing. But I believe it's always been red. And I think a sickly, poisonous, toxic green color could be pretty sick for a dark side user. So, so like a booger green saber. That is funny. You know what? I'll give a sip to that. That's a funny comment.
If you are interested, I do have the clip of Anakin and Barris, at least the first like 5 seconds of the interaction.
Yeah,
if you would like to share it, I can.
Yeah, share it and hit share audio too. Make sure you hit share audio.
Okay.
It's the same shade of green.
There we go.
Just
are we good? What are we thinking? I think we're good.
Okay, let's see. Did you do it with the audio?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Ventress are telling the truth.
Yep, I can hear it.
There's only one way to find out.
Funny, those belong to Ventress. Should have gotten rid of them.
I think they suit me.
Ahsoka trusted you and you betrayed her.
I've learned that trust is overrated. The only thing the Jedi Council believes in is violence.
You were right with the two blades. Ooh.
Take a pause here, and before we watch the rest, first off, can we appreciate how cool Anakin looks fighting with two blades?
Yeah, that and the fact that she almost bested him right there. She was so close.
And then, yeah, it just gets better.
I'll
and
watch
better.
the rest later.
Oh,
I don't want to get
DMCA.
ineligible for monetization in the future. So thank you for the suggestion from Matt Cave. Definitely, because we're all trying to grow our channels to get close to that monetization mark. So you have to be very careful. there's a guy that I'm also subscribed to in his Discord, and he has, because the bar for monetization on YouTube is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, and he has like 20 something hundred subscribers, so well over the 1,000 mark, and like 30,000 watch hours, so he's well past the 4,000 mark. He's completely eligible, no community strikes. And they hadn't gotten back to him for like 6 months on getting monetized. And they just finally got back to him and said he wasn't eligible because of reused content. And he'd been posting to YouTube for years and years before he even started taking it seriously. And he doesn't even know what videos. I'm sure he's got like 1,000 videos uploaded over the years, but he doesn't even know what it was. He's got to go back and just delete everything if he ever wants to, but he doesn't. They didn't tell him what videos it was, so he's starting a new channel. So I don't want to do that. So
That's a fair point.
I would assume a 20-second clip would be fine, but you never know with the YouTube algorithm. Just never know. Padawannabe says, Barris changed so much from the novels to this story arc. I want to get into the novels as well. I need to do more reading in Star Wars, absolutely. But that is a pretty amazing scene. All right, well, we got our number 5s and our number 4s, and we talked about booger lightsabers. So now we're going to go to our number 3. Go ahead.
All right, my number 3 is on the planet of Florum, the pirate planet. Okay. And this, again, does come from the Clone Wars. It's just such a cool scene because we can see, over the episodes, we can see how powerful Anakin is, like especially in that last clip, like at the end part that we didn't get to yet. He obliterates her. It's great. But we haven't seen anything from Obi-Wan other than that one clip of him just crunching the droids, the battle droids, with one hand. Just we have for this one though, Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul and Savage Oppress. This appears on Florum, and during the clip, you can see that he's 1v2ing them after his partner. I believe it was starts with a K. That's all I got. She has like the weird dreads. She got killed by Savage. And it's a crazy scene because not only does he hold off 1v2ing, and he's again using 2 lightsabers, which is again I think is the coolest thing ever, but he just he severely wounds Savage, and I think he does that to Maul too. So he basically wins the 1v2, which is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that's where he impales her. Savage does,
with his
right?
head,
with his horns. That's I have seen that. That one's pretty nuts.
Savage was a beast. Yeah, he was just so strong that his strength made up for his lack of precision.
Yeah, he was just a brute. So that's what you saw the video with Dad where he was guessing the Star Wars characters.
Oh yeah,
and I tried to trick him with Savage, and he's like,
"That's not Darth
Maul, but it's not Darth Maul." And I was like really impressed that he knew that. But yeah, he is a beast, and Savage in live action could be pretty cool.
They would have to if they did not get the perfect actor, the Star Wars community would riot though.
Yeah, they'd have to get someone tall
and huge.
Beefy.
Yeah,
beefy. The Mountain.
All right. What's yours?
My number 3 would have to be Luke's return. Just the impact that it had on the Star Wars community. I've never felt that feeling before. Just, I don't even know how you can describe it on Luke's return. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, we're talking about, at the very end.
Yeah, just because we knew that it had to be Luke in order for it to be a good episode. It had to be Luke.
And then we see the X-Wing.
None of us thought they would actually do it. It was just not a thing. After all we got with the sequel trilogy and Disney not ever apologizing to anyone about anything and hearing things behind the scenes, we never thought they would actually do it. And when we saw the X-Wing, you knew. And a lot of people said, "Is that Red 5?" Because they just know a single X-wing, it's got to be Luke. And then they saw him pull in, and they saw the astromech that looked like R2D2. And then they saw on the security camera he had the hood, and it looked like how he looked in Return of the Jedi with his hood on when he choked the Gamorrean guards. And then we saw the green lightsaber, and we knew. When we saw the green lightsaber, we knew, and everyone lost their minds. But some people still didn't know. So when they saw the hand with the glove and then the other normal hand, and then just at that point, people were just crying, and I couldn't breathe. Like it felt like there was just a pressure on my chest. Like it was just an amazing moment. And it's crazy that this is only my number 3. Because I guess Luke isn't as big of a character for me personally as it is for some other people, but just what the moment represented was incredible. So that's my number 3. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that was pretty cool. I was not obviously that was a really amazing moment, but I wasn't freaking out as much as you were because the buildup wasn't as much for me. Obviously, I was watching Mandalorian every week it came out.
Yeah.
But it was just like, oh, that's so cool. That's Luke. Like, I wasn't like freaking out though.
Yeah, Padawannabe says it really well. Nostalgia and complete validation of the purest to the purest of Star Wars fans.
I will jump on though that is something amazing that they did do in the Mandalorian. Like all these new Star Wars movies that they're coming out with that aren't really Star Wars. It's that kind of brought some actual canon to the
the whole show. You got the idea that they knew what they were doing. And even in my least favorite episode, which was the one where they introduced Bill Burr for the first time in season 1, where they had to break out the other prisoners from that prison ship.
Yeah,
I didn't like that episode at all. But even then, how they had the rebel officer, which I guess is now the New Republic officer, it just gives you an idea of what's happening in the world. And that's why I like the Bad Batch so much as well, is because even if the episode's bad, we're getting so much information about the larger world. And so just the fact that they put in so many things in that show that prove that they know what they're doing with the storyline, and none of that was in the sequel trilogy. You got the idea as a real Star Wars fan, they didn't know what they were doing. And even when they tried to throw in Easter eggs and callbacks, they didn't do it well.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. It was just blatant fan service and not even the correct kind of fan service when they threw that in there. But nostalgia was correct because that's our hero. We don't feel nostalgia for a hermit because that has nothing to do with our childhood. It's a different person. That's like if your 5th grade teacher was the coolest guy in the planet and you wanted to be him and he took you on cool field trips and you were just like, that's the guy I want to be when I grow up. And then you look him up on Facebook 20 years later and he's like a druggie. And it's not the same person that you looked up to. And so the nostalgia was not there in the sequel trilogy, but it was in Mandalorian chapter 16. And as he says, the validation to the purest of Star Wars fans, it was Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni looking at us, the fans, and saying hey, I got you guys. I know what you want. And this is what you want. And it was what we wanted. Absolutely. So I think that comment says it very well. Matt Cave says, I had to explain to my wife why an almost 40-year-old man is crying next to her on the couch. Yeah, a lot of people in that same situation. I think I screamed finally at the TV. Yes. I kept saying over and over again after the episode finished, just I can't believe they did it. They actually did it. It was the same kind of feeling after I watched Rogue One in the theater, because people were theorizing, are they going to kill everyone off? Are they going to have more movies? And when they actually killed everyone off, I was just like, they did it. Good job, Disney. I didn't think you had the guts to do it, but they did. Yeah, R2 rolls in and I totally lost it. Yeah, that was just the double layer of icing on the sugar-loaded cake that we got. It was just amazing. Mando show as a whole, from the very first scene, I was teleported back to the original trilogy feelings. Yeah, because it's the same world. And Star Wars is about the world building. I have another video coming out soon that is about that. Star Wars is about the world building. That's why we gravitate towards it. Not because of the action, not because of a particular character or something along those lines, something facetious at surface level. Oops, wrong hole. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, just it was the same world that some of us grew up in and that some of us grew to love as we got older. Oh boy. Okay. Anyway, that was my number 3. You already gave your number 3, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. I will give my... Oh, what the heck? What is this? That is disgusting.
I thought it was a costume contest. It's not?
I don't think so.
I don't know what species that is. I've never seen that in Star Wars.
I thought this was a costume contest.
That's disgusting.
Would you rather it be a potato?
Are you talking through your webcam?
Huh?
Oh my gosh, what is going on? My
What is
stream was
going on?
hijacked. Okay, well, everyone, welcome Father Time.
We'll go back here.
This is disgusting. I don't want that in my Star Wars.
Okay, are you talking
That's
through your webcam?
It's
Matt Cave says, my eyes. That is disgusting. I'm going to demonetize myself after that.
Or we could do banana. Oh!
Okay.
What is going on?
Okay, here we are.
I didn't ask
Well,
for this. I didn't
yeah,
ask
we're
for
good.
this at all. Anyway, welcome Father Time. This is my dad. So, Father, welcome to Coffee on Korriban.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Here we
I don't know
are.
if you have coffee, but here is a sip for you.
I've got water and water.
Water and water.
Canned water.
All right. Well, we are talking about our top favorite Star Wars moments.
Awesome.
I don't know if you have a list of 5 planned out or if you just got a couple off the top of your head, but we are on our number 2s right now.
Other than we're right in my wheelhouse right there with 2. So I don't know what to tell you. We're doing
What,
good.
going number 2?
Yeah. No.
You gotta go.
My
Watch
number
my
2
viewers
pick,
are just going to drop.
0.
number 2 pick. Even that doesn't sound right. Okay.
No, what are you doing?
You said this was
All right,
top
just-
2.
Okay, so if you have 5, then go ahead and read us off your couple up until number 2.
We can start at 3.
Yeah. Well, he's deciding what those are.
Yeah,
like to
Padawan
flex.
says it right. If you guys are going to drink something other than coffee, at least put it in a mug so it looks right.
Well, this is
That's
from a
probably
coffee
true.
company. Does that count?
Yes, Matt Cave. This is the male side of our family talking about Star Wars from different
true.
parts of the country.
That'd be true.
I said, no, it wouldn't, because I think that's what he's going for.
That is it. Somebody finally got it. That is funny.
I'm going to interject into the conversation here and just hold this up.
Oh, yes. Yep.
This is my very own lightsaber. This is full metal. It is heavy. I'm hearing an echo of myself.
Is it Father Time?
I think it's mom downstairs.
It is your mother downstairs. Yeah. she's
Also,
watching.
the shine has worn off of this. There's no more shine to it. I know what it looks like on there, but this is like matte.
Ultra fine steel wool.
Okay, I got you.
Get like the 000 steel wool.
But I just thought this was pretty cool. Timothy made this for me again. Sprinkler head, parts for Home Depot.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
And
Back
it's
to the
heavy.
alien.
And it's
I
curved.
thought it was appropriate for Star Wars.
Yeah. Anyway, Master Paul, you might appreciate that lightsaber. I made it with Home Depot parts for like $20. Yeah, wet sanding would do the same thing. I used just really fine steel wool to get the shine, but wet sanding does the exact same thing. So either way, that is a lightsaber. Anyway, Crowder, tell us your favorite Star Wars moments up to number 2.
Okay. Favorite Star Wars moments, pod racing scene. I've always loved the pod racing scene. Always. As soon as I had surround sound, I had to watch it. Like over and over. And like fine tune the home stereo to that movie clip.
Yeah, and just the fact that this was made in the mid 90s basically.
Yep.
Is insane. And there are graphics details that are not perfect about that. Like there's when I think it's Sebulba's pod racer, part of it crashes into a rock structure. When he crashes at the end of the race, the rock explodes like 2 frames before the part of the pod racer actually hits it. So there's little mistakes that are in it, but the sound design is insane.
Sound is so good.
It is probably the best sound design of any Star Wars scene, and that's saying something.
That is saying something.
It's just it's so good. Go of Sebulba's pod. It's so good. It's absolutely fantastic.
It is true. So that was one of them. I've always liked that particular episode as well. So not my favorite episode, but that scene from that episode was huge for me.
Yep.
Number 2. Let's go with number 2. Can we just go to number 1? Are we doing number 1? No. Mine are out of order, I think.
All right. Darth Arlena is here. Welcome to the stream. This is a sip for you.
Welcome to the stream.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look, they left. No.
Bye, Darth Arlena. Oh, bow to the greatness that is Father Time's beard.
That is the truth.
Are you using that beard oil that I got you?
I did, but I also found another magical component I use.
Magical component. What do you use?
It is unicorn tears. No, it's some leave-in conditioner that works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It is David Crowder, though, for all of you that know that David Crowder.
Yeah.
So, okay. What number are you on?
We were about to do number 2.
Okay, let's stick with number 2. Go around the room.
Okay. Lead us off.
Me?
Yeah.
I have to get mine first. 2. I didn't have mine written down.
All right.
Okay.
I got to replay it. I got to replay it in my head.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so for my number 2, I have in the final season of the Clone Wars, you know how we have the Republic invading Mandalore and helping out all the Mandalorians, or Death Watch, you know, the ones that are actually good at the very end. Save me from my dad moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we eventually witnessed the fight between Maul and Ahsoka, which is a lot closer than I assumed it would be. That is my number 2. That whole scene, because not only is that such a cool fight, but while they're at the very end, they're standing up in the rafters, and you can see everything down below, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's high stakes. It's and the fact that we know that at that point Maul knows somewhat of what's going to happen, because when he's captured, he says, "Let me go, let me die. You're all going to burn. You don't know what you're doing."
He did try to warn them, to be fair.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people have wondered what would have happened if Ahsoka took him up on his offer. Maybe not to kill Anakin, but to stop the Emperor. Could they have? Possibly.
I mean, Maul got his butt handed to him by Palpatine
with Savage.
Yeah, with some, they just destroyed. Didn't even get an attack in. Nothing.
Yep. And he was just laughing the entire time. He was just playing with them. So, yeah. Anyway, my number 2 is when Darth Vader says, "It is too late for me, son." When he's about to turn Luke over to the Emperor, It's so sad. Because you can see in that moment that Darth Vader wants to turn back, but he doesn't believe it's possible. And it's a contrast because he says it's too late for me, but that's what gives us, the audience, hope that it's not too late for him. That's the first time that we see anything like that, of him being possibly willing to leave the dark side, because we know that he wants to at that point. And the way that he pauses and says, "It is too late for me, son." Like we just know. So there's that contrast. And by extension, at the end of the movie, when he says, "You were right about me," when he's just about to die, he is in the most brittle state of his life, other than the immolation scene where he got all diced up at that point. But he is the most hopeful he's probably ever been in his life at that moment, because he's turned back to the light side. He has a reason for caring about anything that he hasn't had in 20 years. And that's Luke right before him. And he's totally fine with passing into the Force at that point, because he has his son. His son saved him, and he knows his son is going to carry on the Jedi legacy at that point. But he didn't tell him about Exegol, which is a shame. Because apparently Darth Vader knew about Exegol and like Palpatine's first order or final order fleet or whatever, but I don't know. I hate the sequel trilogy. I hate it. But anyway, those moments, it's too late for me, where we can see the first glimmer of
Sequel
hope.
trilogy is going to be what my pick is, by the way. So here we go.
Oh my gosh. And then "You were right about me" at the very end of the movie. That part makes me tear up every time as well.
Is that your one?
No, that's my number 2.
Okay.
That's my 2.
Back to 2.
Off Sus's take from the Clone Wars series, I would have put the fight between Asajj Ventress and Anakin in the Genndy Tartakovsky series at number 2. Yeah, that is an amazing fight. From the cartoon Clone Wars show. Remember that one? Tay?
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the fight.
Okay, the fight's really good. You should. It's really good. I feel like it was Vader's way of showing Luke that Anakin is still in there somewhere. Yeah, whether he knew it or not. Because if he knew it, he probably would have said, like, I don't know if I can or something, but he says it's too late for me, which is just sad and depressing. But it gives us, the audience, hope that it is possible. So that's why I love that part. Father Time.
Okay, so 2? I'm pretty sure it's episode 7. I get those numbers kind of confused. Oh, geez, here we go. Pretty sure it's episode 7, but it's when we first see Rey. We don't know who she is yet, but we first see Rey and she's digging around. Hold on. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. The first time that we kind of see what she is, and we don't know who she is yet. We just see somebody scavenging around. Mm-hmm. That is the first time I can recall in any Star Wars episode that I was able to comprehend the scale of the ships, the size of the ships. Okay,
I
love the ships. Yeah,
okay,
I love the ships, and because we've never had that kind of a perspective, I love that scene, that whole area where, you know, the graveyard, the ship graveyard or whatever. We get to see the scale of the ships.
So what you're trying to tell me is you like Rey out of anyone else in the series?
Not until her friends yell her name.
He's out of line, but he's got a point.
He is out of line, but he's got a point.
I'll allow it. No, that's actually a really good point. And now that I think about it, because I haven't cared to rewatch the sequel trilogy at all since watching it the first time. But now that you mention that, it is true that she's scavenging in the ships, and we get to see the scale that we never felt before.
No, they're huge.
Padawannabe says, yes, I felt the same scale myself. Yeah, they're massive. The Star Destroyers. And on Braca, it's the same thing. In the Bad Batch, we'd got that. In Fallen Order, there was that, although I never played Fallen Order. In the ship's scrapyard, they're huge, and they're everywhere. And in the video game, you can play in that area. It's cool. You can play in that area and hide in those engines. You know? Yeah. And I love that they actually fired one up in the Bad Batch. Yeah. Do you remember that scene? Yeah. They fired one up and it blasted Crosshair in the face. Yeah. That's just so cool. He likes that scene. Yeah. The Force Awakens before Episode 8 existed was a decent movie. I dare say good. I wouldn't say good. I would say decent.
I would say good.
I didn't
liked
like it.
I liked it, but I knew you'd hate it. That's why I backed off. My whole point was the scale of the show.
Okay, no, the point is completely valid. I'll take that. I'll agree with you on that. What follows is not good. But actually, the scavenging opening
But that
part
leads
of
to
the
my
movie,
number one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Is it Floating Leia? Is it
Oh
Floating
my
Leia?
gosh, it's Superman
Leia.
Leia.
Is it Leia Poppins?
It's not that episode because it's my favorite episode. So.
Okay.
I'm saying too much. I'll wait.
Okay, SusTea, go with your number one.
My number one, and it's already been stated by someone else who shall remain unnamed with a giant beard, but it's the pod racers scene. That is such a cool scene. It is so cool. Growing up, I was not allowed to watch episode 3. So it was episode 1, 2, and then everything after that besides 3, right? 2 was where I got all my action, right? And then 1 was the very first one I'd ever watched. Okay, in the pod racer scene in that one, not only is it the sound, the visuals, everything is so cool in it, but it lasts a long time, and it's not like, oh, when is this going to end? It's like it keeps you entertained, and it's like, okay, wait, what's going to happen next? And it's not, it doesn't like hold off, and it's like, okay, this is getting boring, right? Yeah. It's actually really good. Not only that,
think of any other movie with a race scene that isn't about racing, that is that long, that holds your attention that well.
Yeah.
I would be hard pressed to find any. Maybe the intro into Cars.
It's
Disney
not
Pixar Cars.
It's not even just that though. It's the feeling you get when he's racing. A little like, how old was he during that? It was like 8, 9? Okay, so a little 9-year-old kid going up against these seasoned veterans that have done this their whole life and that they've trained for this and all that with this little rinky-dink thing that he built himself.
He's the only human that can do it. So their species were more advantaged in reaction time.
Yeah, more arms, better reaction time. They can control more things. Like all of the above. Yeah, more arms. I mean, it's true. They can control levers.
Visible spectrum that they could see.
Yeah, 100%. And then lastly, before this, I lose this out of my head. It is like the reason I liked it so much when I was growing up and still do today is because I kind of related to, and hear me out, related to him in that kind of sense of he was really good at that for his age. Like I've grown up playing video games like Call of Duty and Lego games, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. And I've always been really good at those kind of games. It's called like having game sense. And when you have game sense, you're decent at any game you try, no matter how, how quick or how the short amount of time you've been playing it. And so him having the reaction time to do that and being the only human that could do that, I kind of, felt a relation between, no matter how far-fetched and cringy it sounds, kind of like between me and him in the sense that he was really good at that for his age, and I was really good at that kind of stuff for my age too. So,
yeah, the pod racing scene is top. It's peak Star Wars.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, very classic.
So was it, and it holds up today. You show that to anyone, no one's gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, that looks like '90s graphics." It's so good for today's. You could put that in a movie today and no one would complain.
That's true.
It's nuts. Father Time, what is your number one?
All right, number one favorite movie is Rogue One.
Rogue One was good.
It's my favorite. My favorite scene is at the end when they're handing off the information right before we cut to episode 4.
The Vader hallway scene.
Yeah, because episode 4 is what started all of Star Wars from a chronological time, not a storyline time.
Yeah.
And so when you like what's happening here and it just kind of starts there, now we know. And they went and backfilled it so well. It feeds instantaneously into what started everything, and I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, leading off on that, it's like everyone's question after watching that original movie was like, okay, wait, how did they even get that? Like, obviously, why are they going to put this big plan in this giant thing? And they're going to have one weakness, obviously, like that, blah, blah, blah. And then that explains everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. Arlena, I'm not sure if you caught this at the beginning of the stream, but that's my dad and that's my brother. So, SusTea, get your beard game up.
I got my hair game up. It's better than you guys. Huh?
I got my
Yes.
makeup on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got
That's
you. I got you.
That's so cringy. That's terrible. That's terrible.
I-
So you're
I've
the
got
hallway
you.
scene.
Hallway scene, yeah,
It's so
because
good.
it sums up Rogue One,
Mhm.
and because that's the only thing that keeps all of Star Wars going for all of the whole thing.
Yep.
I mean, that right there, getting that dumb information through the door.
Yep.
If you didn't do that, we wouldn't have any other movie.
Nope.
So I think
The rebellion
from-
would have been completely crushed.
yeah, totally. So from an importance perspective, I think that is it. But in that being in my favorite movie, Rogue One. So
Yeah. Rogue One is really good. And I think even underrated. A lot of people like it, but very few people appreciate it for what it actually is, I feel. So, yeah, that's a great scene. My number one is Clone Wars 7/12, season 7, episode 12. Just the whole ending scene. It's the whole last couple minutes.
Are we talking about, Darth Vader? The ending scene?
Well, that and the Venator going down and Rex and Ahsoka burying the bodies and all the helmets. Just the whole ending scene. It's
and then
silent,
dropping the lightsaber.
Morai up overhead. It's so devastating.
Yeah, no one
emotionally.
talks. No one talks, but so much is said through the scenes itself. In the
You
2
don't
minutes.
need dialogue would ruin it. It's just you don't need anything. It's completely silent except for the sine wave score. Just because, and I remember watching that the first time. You didn't want to say anything. You didn't want it to end, and it shows you all the helmets, and they still have Ahsoka's face paint on them, and it was Jesse, right? Jesse's helmet that was sitting there, and then I'm pretty sure it was Jesse. And then it cuts back to Rex, and then Ahsoka drops the saber. And it pans up, and it's however many months or years later, and Darth Vader is there. The first time we see Darth Vader ever in Clone Wars animation. Still to this day, the only time we've seen Vader in Clone Wars animation. Maybe we'll get some in Bad Batch season 2. And he walks over.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
And picks up Ahsoka's lightsaber.
Right.
And you can kind of see his eyes through the lens. And you can kind of imagine to yourself that you're getting a little bit of Anakin breaking through.
I mean, he lost everything minutes before that. Yeah.
Everything. He lost everything. He lost Padme, obviously.
Padme, his
Obi-Wan,
kids.
The Jedi Order. Any hope of saving Padme.
Yeah, Obi-Wan, his best friend and mentor, and Ahsoka, his best friend, Rex.
Yep.
Like, Rex has been with him since season 1, since the beginning.
Yep. And so all that, and we see Anakin poke through just
Rex?
a little bit.
Yeah.
Rex.
Yeah, that's Rex. We see Anakin poke through just a little bit. We can see his eyes through the lens, and he looks up and he sees Morai flying over there, and he knows that Ahsoka's gone, whether she's dead or in hiding. He just knows that he'll never be able to have her as his Padawan again. He'll never have that friendship ever again. She's gone, and he turns and walks away on that life. Is there a comment?
You see what Matt Cave said?
No. What did he say? The family's level of hair in general is insane. Sus with the epic mane. Force of mustache, Father Time's beard with the highest midichlorian count. Matt, you know what? I'm getting Matt Cave in here. Matt, if you're down, I'm gonna send you the link. Oh, where are you?
But you
Matt,
got to
where
be
are
the
you?
green.
I'm gonna take this as a I will be right back in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, there you are. Oops. There we go. Just us. That is the funniest comment. Mr. Daryl, good to see you. Here is a sip for you. And Anakin made that saber for Ahsoka. He remembered for show. That is disgusting. Yeah, he. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk.
Why?
I can't join it. All right. Well, you are always welcome here on Korriban. Yeah. So Clone Wars 7x12 is my favorite, most impactful, best Star Wars moment for me. And then it zooms in. This is, oh my gosh. This is terrible.
You're losing your focus. Stay focused.
There we go. Is that better? There we go.
Won't do that.
Yeah, now we all got psycho hair. This is so gross.
There we go.
Yeah, and if none of you guys are subscribed to the Matt Cave, then please go do that. I'm gonna. What is happening?
What is happening?
It's supposed to be a serious Star Wars discussion.
It was. We could be serious.
Copy. Fix my hair. Okay. All right. You got the Johnny Depp look there. Okay. You guys are probably already subscribed, but if you have not subscribed to The Matt Cave, please go do it. He makes some awesome content there, some cool retro gaming, and just go subscribe to him. Padawannabe says, God, Mom, Dad keeps making faces and embarrassing me in front of the friends. Yeah, this is pretty bad.
There's the better beard.
Oh, that's cool.
Better. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that one.
That beard. Okay.
Whose basement does SusTea live in? Dad or Big Brother? He lives with Dad. Yeah, he lives with Dad. And Mom. They are in California. I am now a proud resident of Tennessee. That's cool. I like that one. Yes.
You can actually see my eyes through the lenses. So.
Yeah, that's cool. You got glasses underneath your helmet.
Yeah, I got it. Here, if I take the glasses off, there you go.
TTT Games is SusTea. Yeah, Daryl, good to see you here. So I would like to turn it over to the chat. What are your favorite Star Wars moments? What is peak Star Wars for you? Cobra Disney Jedi, great to see you here. Here is a sip for you. Welcome to the stream. Oh. Oops.
How's it going?
Mm-hmm.
Viking man, what's up?
Cool. Yeah, any other Star Wars moments that are like honorable mentions that you guys have to mention? Any other Star Wars moments? Nothing? I didn't have any other topics.
What was
Is this
that?
just going to be? Is this stream just going to devolve into Dad doing different filters?
It could be. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is bad.
Bad batch. This is bad batch.
Well, if anyone has any questions for any of us or anything they would like us to touch on, put those in the chat below and we'll get to it. Arlena says, Vader telling Luke he's his father, shock and awe. I can only imagine what that would have been like in the theater.
In the theater.
At that time.
Pretty crazy.
It's one of the things about Star Wars I'll never be able to experience.
Yeah.
Very few people are able to experience that because, Luke, I am your father, even though that's not even the line. is just iconic in everyday life, that everyone knows that.
And we didn't know it was coming in the
Seriously
movie
doing
theater.
it, kill me. Yeah, I can't even imagine.
I remember Return of the Jedi was even bigger. Like the anticipation of Return of the Jedi was so big.
Yeah. Padawannabe says, when Anakin actually apologizes to Obi for not being better. This is the last time that they are friendly to each other. Ever. Because the next time they see each other is their duel on Mustafar. Right? When he says, I'm sorry, Master. I don't listen to you like I should. You are strong and wise, Anakin, and I'm very proud of you. Right? Is that the scene? Padawannabe? Is that the right scene? Yeah, just it's so sad. Star Wars is a tragedy. Probably watched the Hoth battle more times than I've watched the entire saga. I need to watch the Hoth battle again. I need to watch the original trilogy again. I don't appreciate it as much as I should. The
Hoth
Vader
battle.
reveal in Empire was devastating in the theater. I can only imagine.
Yeah, the theater was pretty cool. I saw Return of the Jedi on a 70 millimeter film.
Yeah?
It was so big. It was in Newport Beach, the big Newport theater. They have 70 millimeter. I don't even know. There must be 1,000 seats in that thing. It was so big.
That's cool.
And so the scale was huge. Like physically, the screen size, gigantic.
Yeah, Arlena, I tear up every time I watch that scene, which is quite often. It's so rough. The delivery is perfect by Ewan, and it's just devastating to watch every time. We're going to have another stream sometime soon with Matt Cave and Paul, Master Paul, the Star Wars guys, talking about our top 5 cringy Star Wars moments, excluding the sequels, because otherwise it would only be sequels. But the whole stream is going to be devoted to what parts of Star Wars do we cringe at every time.
Can I propose an episode 2?
Yeah, what was your an episode as far as like I don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
Like you just said cringy stuff. The first thing that popped in my head is episode 2.
Oh, episode 2?
Yeah, interaction
a lot of people view that
between
as
Anakin and Padme at the end is just bad. So.
A lot of people feel the same way. Matt Cave says he's doing his homework for that stream. Yeah, there's a couple cringy moments that even if we love it, it's still hard to watch sometimes. Like Anakin riding on the tick-looking thing, the bed bug beast on Naboo, and then falling off, and it tramples him. That's a cringy one. Oh yes, that's such a good moment. Care to give me a fighting chance? I'm not rooting for you.
Oh, I forgot to
Right?
one of the honorable mentions, by the way, for best scenes, or best characters. It happened in season 7 of the Clone Wars. Can you guess who it is?
Mm-mm.
There's 2 of them.
Say it again.
There's 2 sisters
2 sisters.
that are pretty awesome that were introduced in season 7.
Season 7 of the Clone Wars. Oh my gosh, the Martell sisters. Oh my gosh. You talking about cringy moments?
No, I'm talking about the best
Your
characters.
honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Star Wars guys did top 10 favorite characters stream. Actually, maybe it wasn't a stream. It was just a video. It was a long video that they did. And they were talking about their favorite characters. So I'm sure the Martez sisters would probably be at the top of our lists. Man, I don't know which I dislike more, the Martez sisters or the mechanic lady from Mandalorian.
Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Oh my!
Like
I was
talk
waiting
about
for her to like get out of character and like get to who she really
Yeah.
is, and she never
Like
did.
talk about getting you out of the Star Wars universe, like pulling you out of the action.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And that's how I felt about that episode with Bill Burr in season 1 of The Mandalorian, where they broke out all the prisoners off the prison ship. I didn't like that episode. I didn't even read this comment. Even before the prequels, when they released the originals, to see the public excited and lining up for a 20-year-old movie was amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars history that I wish I was a part of. But I wasn't. Nick chooses Omega. Yeah. For cringy moments.
I hate Omega.
Couldn't stand the Martez sisters. Yeah.
Omega.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
I don't dislike Jar Jar at all. I don't particularly like him as a character, but I don't have any ill feelings towards him at all. My wife called it back in '99 that Darth Maul would be back. We all gave her crap, then all had to apologize years later. Yeah, and I'm so glad they did. Maul is one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. He's like a sleeper character, just like Ahsoka was at the beginning. Like, we didn't know we would grow to love his character as much as we do now because they developed it in the Clone Wars. And his death is so poetic in Rebels. You did finish Rebels, right? SusTea? Yeah? No? Okay. Rebels is really good and underrated.
We got like a
Rebels.
season and a half in, and it just kind of got boring.
Okay. It is I don't know, maybe a little more geared towards kids than Clone Wars. I don't know, but they were having a discussion. I forget where. It might have been on X-Wing stream about if Clone Wars was only the 6 seasons, would Rebels be better than Clone Wars? A lot of people thought
Not even
that was
close.
the case. Yeah, I know.
You know how many cool episodes there are in Clone Wars alone? Just
and little story arcs. Yeah.
yeah.
His reintroduction was epic. Yeah. Ooh, watch out. Seems like there's a dark side connection there. Yeah. Father, do you know any of the Star Wars shows and stuff that is coming out in the next couple years? May the Force be with you.
What in the world?
It's devolving into Dad with Filters stream.
It is. I'm sorry. What was your question?
Anything about the upcoming shows that you know of or excited for? Anything like that?
No. I just wait till they announce it and then I get excited.
Well, they've announced them, a lot of them, but they haven't
But
dropped
like when they're
trailers or-
ready to release, though, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see. So coming up this December, I believe, is it December or November? Book of Boba Fett is coming out soon. So that's going to be about Boba Fett and the bounty hunters and all that. Now you're in a spaceship?
Yes, this is a Star Wars
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah, Rebels season 3 and 4 are totally worth watching. There's a lot of really important stuff in there. A lot of cool character. Are you Kiadi Mundi? Wait a minute. Go back. Yeah, that's Kiadi Mundi from Lego Star Wars.
It is.
Face tattoos equals unemployment.
Oh, he's in the X-Wing.
Rebels got good when Thrawn arrived. Yeah, I agree.
You know what's another
Clone
honorable
Wars
mention
better
for
than
Cole?
Rebels, no matter how many seasons.
Almost there.
Just hold them off for a few more seconds. Pull up. No, I can take it. The most cringe trigger moment is
Oh, you like my vest?
Joseph Hayden as Anakin in Return to the Jedi. Yeah, some people are really adamant about that. Shouldn't be the case.
You like my vest?
I wondered who took it. Your vest, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we already have an X-Wing. We do. We already have a commander. Oh, now you're on Yavin 4. That's actually a really cool background.
There we go.
Honorable mention for awesome moment in the universe. When Krell sent the clones to fight each other, and you had to figure out that they were fighting each other.
I need to watch Clone Wars again.
Whoever's
now you're in the cantina.
Yes, I am.
Everyone in the chat's gonna know what I'm talking about. Do you know who General Krell is, though?
Yeah, Pong Krell.
Yeah, Punk Krell. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, basically, what he did is he joined the dark side, but he was still undercover with the Republic, and he was trying to retake. I don't remember the name of the planet, but he was trying to retake a certain base on the planet, and he told the clones, he's like, "Oh, just a heads up, if you guys see other people wearing your outfits, it's the enemy because they're disguising themselves like us." And so
Yeah.
he had the clones fight each other because he sent them off in 2 different directions.
Yeah, see, I still need to go back and watch all of Clone Wars because I've seen bits and pieces, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
He's getting chased by a
Arlena
TIE
says,
fighter now.
"Oh, that's cool." Oh, except there's BB-8 in the back.
Oh, put your head
Oh.
back.
Arlena says, "Honorable mention the whole Mortis arc." Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces. I need to watch the Clone Wars. I really need to watch the Clone Wars, but yes, I know what happens in the Mortis arc, and yeah, just there's so much cool stuff in Star Wars. Here's a question:
Umbara. That is
What
the
is
Padawan B got it right. It's Umbara. That's totally the planet. I totally blanked.
okay? That Pong Krell's on?
Yeah, that he sends them to fight each other on. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's got two double-bladed lightsabers.
What is your favorite opening crawl in Star Wars? The opening crawl of the movie, where it has the words go up. Da, 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 da. You don't have an opening crawl?
Mm-mm.
No. I don't know.
Probably
I have to say,
before.
I haven't put too much thought behind that one.
okay, for me, it'd probably be episode 1, just because you get the idea that that's just how the galaxy works at that point. And now knowing everything that happens with the rise of the Emperor and everything that we got in the Bad Batch, knowing how it transitioned into the Empire and then the New Republic, the opening crawl of episode 1 gives me an idea of what the status quo is of the universe, and it would never be like that again. And I recently finished Master and Apprentice, the book, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn before episode 1. And it's just, that's how the Jedi Order worked back then. There was no Clone Wars, there was no Spy on the Chancellor, there was no Sith Lords. It was just, that's how the galaxy worked at that point. So I would have to say probably the episode 1 opening crawl, just because that's the galaxy that they would never go back to again after that. Pong Krell is a Ponk. Yeah. The OG crawl. Yeah. And that's something that I don't appreciate the original trilogy as much as I should. I really, really love the prequels because that's what I grew up with. So I need to go back and watch the originals again and really try to get a good appreciation. Aiden is here. Here's a sip for you. Welcome to the stream. We've kind of devolved into some weird topics and beards, and my dad's now in the Death Star wreckage. I don't even know what he's doing. Padawan says, A New Hope, because they changed the way movies were seen. No credits in the beginning, just straight to the movie. Yeah, I can see that. Again,
Yeah,
there's so much Star Wars. There's so much Star Wars history that I just missed out on because first off, I wasn't alive for all that. But second off, when I was growing up, I wasn't very invested in Star Wars as much as I am now. That case says, mine is Empire Strikes Back. The tone of that crawl about Vader being obsessed with finding Luke. I remember the mystery behind that up until the father reveal. Good night, Daryl. Have a great rest of your night.
Hope you had
See
fun.
you later. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. And anyone that is here, I appreciate your reviews. If you haven't, deploy the likes. Actually, someone give me a dislike. I don't know if anyone's disliked, but it helps the algorithm. So someone dislike the stream if you can on your way out.
I'll do it right now. There you go.
Okay, thank you. It's funny. They were talking about that the other day. Oh, nice. You're a Lego Star Wars character. It's so sick.
That is really cool.
Yeah, they were talking about how dislikes actually help the algorithm more than just straight likes, which is interesting. I hate the YouTube algorithm.
Okay,
but-
well, you got 2 more people jumping on the dislike train now, so you got 6 and 3.
Okay.
Hey, everyone, calm down.
Awesome. Well, if anyone else has any topic discussions in the chat, anyone wants to pop in, I can pop you in. The 70s show Krell when they went to go see Star Wars.
What's on my
That
face?
70s show. That's the Republic symbol, which, if I'm not mistaken, was that.
Why do I have freckles?
I don't know. The symbol was Galen Merrick's family crest, was it not? Starkiller? Was it his family crest that they adopted?
I don't like that name.
The rebellion? What,
Starkiller?
Starkiller?
Seems
Because of
cheesy.
Starkiller bait?
I don't know. It just seems cheesy.
Starkiller?
Yeah.
He's so powerful.
Dark side doesn't allow me to dislike. Yeah, if Matt Cave is still here, he just finished playing Force Unleashed, and I think I remember in his last stream that they said that the Galen Merrick's family crest is what the symbol that they used for the rebellion. There it is. He says, "Yep, the family crest became the symbol for the rebellion." Yep, that's what I thought. Really cool.
Speaking of Force Unleashed, that was such an amazing game for its time.
Yeah.
It was so ahead of
It's
its
still
time.
an amazing game.
It is, yeah. You know what's funny is it went on sale the other day, and for like $2, and I bought it. I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah. Matt Cave just did a playthrough of that of Force Unleashed 1 on his channel. Just finished a couple days ago, and because I saw you playing it when we were younger. I remember you playing that, and it looked so cool, but he also looked so overpowered at the same time. But wasn't Starkiller a ship first from the EU? Starkiller was actually, if I remember correctly, Luke's original name before Skywalker, before the movie came out, where they were in writing.
You're right.
It was Luke Starkiller, was it not?
Yeah.
This was back when it was the Journal of the Wills, before the movie and everything. Someone in the chat can affirm or correct me, but I'm pretty sure it was Luke Starkiller before it was Skywalker. So, yeah. SusTea, are you going to watch Visions?
Visions? What's that?
Yeah, do you know what Visions is? Oh, okay. It's Star Wars that's coming out, I believe, next month or something, sometime soon. It is 9 episodes of anime Star Wars from different anime studios in Japan. And it's non-canon, but those studios basically had free reign to make their story in the Star Wars universe in anime. So there's 9 episodes of anime Star
is
Wars.
it different? It's different animations every episode?
There's different studios that make their
Okay,
own
yeah.
animation.
Yeah, I heard about that. I am going to watch that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Arlena says Starkiller was Vader's secret apprentice, and yes, it was Starkiller before Skywalker. Yeah, thought so. Cool. I love pieces of knowledge like that, like when they were in pre-production about how things were going to be different, and it's also really cool to read the original first edition Star Wars book that I have.
The reason they had to get rid of Starkiller, by the way, if you want to know, was right around the time Charles Manson and his followers killed a star. And so they didn't want the connotation tied to Charles Manson, where he was the Star Killer, because there was.
How did that
so
happen?
that was like what, the mid 70s then?
Yeah, no, before that.
Okay.
It was when they were doing the production filming. He was still Star Killer into a couple months. Let's see.
And then they changed it for that reason. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
I wanted
Cobra
Star Killer.
says, yeah, Starkiller is cool, but cautiously excited for Visions. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling the same way, but the best piece of news that we get for Visions is probably that it's non-canon. So if you don't like it at all, there's no impact on the Star Wars universe. So I'm really looking forward to it because I want to see them just make stuff make Star Wars content and have it be non-canon, because we the fans can choose what we choose to like. Because if they had made the sequel trilogy non-canon, we probably wouldn't hate it as much, right? Padawannabe says, well, yes, it is Luke, but Han rescues a boy named Kip and takes him to train with Luke, and he steals a ship that destroys planets. Interesting. Something I don't know anything about. Let me read that again. Okay. Used to have a Revenge of the Jedi poster. I wish I kept it. Yeah, because that was the original title for what is now episode 6, right? Revenge of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think that was the original title for that. And George wanted it to be a female at first, but changed it because he thought it would be more appealing. If it's great, then we'll campaign for it to be canon. Yeah, very possible. Not that they'll listen to us, but yeah, if it is great, if there's an episode of Visions that is just really knocks it out of the park and adds a whole lot more, then we can campaign for it to be canon. Because I've said before, Star Wars is a distant history in the past. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I'm trying to ignore your filters. Oh my gosh. Star Wars is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So it's like ancient history that has already happened. So all the Star Wars we get is just a retelling of that story. So I keep using the example of the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader fight on the Death Star is clunky and weird, and they're swinging their lightsabers, but it doesn't matter because that's what the storytellers had at their disposal at that time to make the story. The CGI of the prequels might be a little clunky by today's standards, but it doesn't matter because that's what the storytellers had at their disposal at the time. So it doesn't matter if we get an anime show because that's what the storytellers are choosing to use to tell the Star Wars story. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all? SusTea, are you tired?
Yeah, I'm really tired.
Well, you're not drinking coffee. I know that.
It is true. I have to be up in 12 hours. Or actually, I have to be up in...
Yeah, you're tired.
8 hours.
8 hours? Yeah.
What is the origin of your name, SusTea?
Okay, so one of my cousin, not your cousin, sorry, my cousin. He and his friends had their Sus clan, right? Sus beard, Sus giraffe, Sus like Sus everything, right? And my original username was TTT_games, and the Sus TTT didn't sound that great, and so he recommended SusTea, TEA, and I was like, that sounds kind of cool, right? SusTea, and so, why not?
Nice. Visions will be good. Yeah, most people are optimistic about Visions because ultimately it doesn't matter. But yeah, SusTea. I didn't know you were SusTea until today. I asked you what you wanted to be called, and you said SusTea. We know Father Time over there. And then you guys all know my name, obviously, because I drink coffee and I'm on Korriban.
I know it's backwards.
It's totally backwards. Yeah, I got you. You can point down.
I got you right there.
Yeah, it is backwards. So I gotta wait. I gotta point there and there. Yeah. It's weird.
You can grab your beard.
Let's see a close up on that Rex painting again.
Yeah. Here it is. It's amazing. It really is.
Speaking of anime.
What?
Speaking of anime. I don't know why you guys don't like Battle Angel.
Alita?
Yeah.
This is not what the stream is about.
No,
that movie's
it's not.
terrible.
You've never seen it. You get no opinion.
I accepted when that other Star show went from toggle switches and square buttons to glass touchscreens. I can accept anything Star Wars did with technology of their time. Yeah, that's a very good point. I have a daughter who likes anime. I'll show it to her if it's good. Yeah. If there's an episode or two that's really cartoony and stuff, then maybe I'll show it to my daughter because she's only 2, so I don't really show her anything with fighting or anything.
Start with episode 3.
Oh yeah.
Start with episode 3. Yeah, the immolation scene. He's burning. I hate you.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny. Love that. Same one I have as my Xbox gamer pick. Yeah. And how I made it was I took a projector and projected the image onto the canvas, traced it out, and then painted it in. So I'm not just freehanding that. I wish I did, but my son is 9 now, and watching these films and shows together is incredible. Yeah, I really, really can't wait. I've said in my Star Wars story video how I got into Star Wars, and it was Father Time that would watch a Star Wars episode a year, starting with episode 4. We watched 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3 every year on my birthday when I got a year older, and then episode 3 when I turned 13, even though I watched it without you at a sleepover, and I felt really guilty about that.
That's a bad thing. A bad thing. So
Yeah, but
from
I'm
a
really-
parent perspective, you don't want to miss out on those things. And from the kid's perspective, you're just like, but I want to see it. You don't get it.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see
Yeah.
it with your
And-
kids. For
And
their
I didn't
first
even
time.
choose to see it. That was just at a sleepover I was at, and that's what they were watching, and I felt so bad. I told you like 2 days later. It was so bad. It's still freehand. It wasn't a stencil. Yeah, that's a good point. I wish I could take the image in my mind and put it on paper instead of having to trace it out. But anyway. And my daughter, who's 4, will turn anything into a musical, including Lego Star Wars. Yeah, they're gonna pew us. There's a video of him playing Lego Star Wars with his daughter, and she's all singing about the Lego characters. You look so tired.
I am so tired.
Where's that lightsaber? Bring back the lightsaber. Yeah. What does it say? Read
Taylor's-
it. It's so cool.
Taylus Morgani, Sith Assassin, Apprentice to Count Dooku.
That's so sick. Yeah, there it is.
Pretty sick.
And it's heavy. You can't
It is
really
heavy.
convey over picture, but it is very heavy. That lightsaber. Yeah. Nope. Tattoos equals no employment.
Unemployed.
That's so bad. Cool. If anyone else has any topics to talk about, or if anyone wants to pop in, let me know and I can send you the link. We can get another discussion going about all things Star Wars. SusTea, you need coffee. I don't know what you're doing.
If I have
For-
coffee, I won't be able to wake up tomorrow because I'll be up
that's
tonight.
true. That's true. Cobra says, I bought my 2 sons each a plastic toy lightsaber. They grew up on the prequels, and any time Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan would wield their sabers, they'd do the same. Yeah. I love the beginning of episode 1 because it's like that is what the Jedi did at that time. They had a master and an apprentice, and they would go out on their little peacekeeping missions. And I just, again, it's something that we would never see in the galaxy again after that. Because
I'm pretty
everything
sure I have one of these behind me back from when I was a kid in the garage.
You didn't tell me that.
Really? My
Is
X-Wing
it in
fighter?
that? Is it in that red?
My red treasure chest.
Up
Yeah.
in the attic in
Uh-huh.
the garage, up in the
All
rafters.
my treasures are in the treasure chest.
Well, and you have some like original Legos up there too. I know that.
Original Legos, yeah. When Legos first came out.
That's so sick.
And I have I'm pretty sure the X-Wing fighter's in there.
Let's hear it. Must make an exit, gentlemen. Hostile lasagna. Don't get any on ya. Well, Matt Cave, I really appreciate you stopping by. You are always welcome here. One of my great friends on YouTube. So you have a good night, sir. Nice. Let me share this link out into talk about something.
Huh? Oh, I don't have him anymore, but I did have the Yoda, the original Yoda, and he had a snake.
He had a snake.
Yeah, he had a snake that came with him.
Snake Yoda.
Wonder if I can Google images the snake Yoda.
Bad Wannabe says, what special thing would you all do to personalize your saber? Special material, wood, gold, or different style weapon altogether. You're going to pull it up again? Yeah. I custom made that for him off of his specifications. So
Curved handle, 100%. I wouldn't do wood. I'm not Gunji. I'm, this is it. Like, that's it.
Cobra, no, I a lot of people are of that opinion. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way. I like all the edits, even though it is McClunky sometimes. Going back to that, Dad, what
I like
did you
the
say
exploding planet.
Take that out of context. Another thing, honestly, is if I could have dual wield
Orange
those.
snake and a cane, yeah, for sure. Orange
What?
snake and a cane.
No.
No, Yoda had the orange snake.
Oh, orange snake and a cane. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, if I could have this.
Outfit.
You know how Ahsoka had her main lightsaber and her smaller lightsaber?
Yeah, the Shoto.
So I want this to be my main, and then I want a little blocking one like Ahsoka had. That's similar, but not the exact same. But again, I know for myself, as of right now, I don't know how to dual wield to its full potential. Like I'm okay with like a singular one, like how we used to fight with like our plastic ones. But whenever anyone would dual wield, it would just turn into this and not actually using them as they could be,
Or they would have they would turn them back and then do.
Yeah.
Speaking of, in the throne room scene in episode 8, The Last Jedi, when that one red guard, you probably don't remember this, has the short little blade things. And he tries to do that, but because the blades are so short, it just looks so dumpy. But yeah, everyone with the dual wielding lightsabers would just
and it wouldn't
back and forth.
swing them at the same side at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, that doesn't do anything.
Although in the Old Republic cinematic trailer, when Malgus has 2 blades, he does different attacks, blocking and parrying and striking and jabbing with both of them. And then as he starts to overpower the guy he's fighting, I forget his name, the Jedi he was fighting, he does switch to both blades on the same axis, completely knocking his blade out of the way until he's not able to block them anymore. And then he comes and with both of them slices him across like that. It's so sick. So he does use both to get more power in the same direction. That's really cool. Bad Wannabe says, I would do a separate hilt like nunchucks, but could use the chain to swing it. Could be dangerous. Sounds sketchy. But again, if you're using the force to guide your blades, it could work. I would say with mine, I would have a very slight curve. So not like a Dooku, or not like SusTea's lightsaber. Very, very slight curve. Just for a little bit of ergonomic curve at the bottom, and I would have it be very smooth. So I've never really liked the Anakin saber. Yeah, he says the Force guides. Yeah. I've never really liked the Anakin saber with that block that sticks out the side. It's not ergonomic. It doesn't feel good in my hand. Versus Maul's saber, which is very ergonomic. It's nice and smooth, other than the red buttons. And then Qui-Gon's saber is very plain, very smooth. I would want something more ornate. I've always imagined something like dark wood inlays with gold leaf inlays as well. So probably a like a dark metal with some dark wood inlays, and then some like gold streak inlays going along the hilt. That would be my blade. And then again, a slight curve in the hilt. Padawanabe says a katana hilt. Yeah, and that's kind of how Ahsoka's were in The Mandalorian. Actually, in Rebels and The Mandalorian, I guess. They look like katana blades, which is really cool. Father Time.
Yes.
Star Wars. Say, I don't know. What are you talking about? It's only
Wars,
like
what am I
9:15
talking
for
about?
you guys. Yeah, what do you want to talk about Star Wars? We're losing people.
Because it's late.
It is late.
What do I want to talk about with Star Wars?
When did you first see Star Wars? Because I don't even know that.
The original?
Yeah.
In the theater. I don't remember who I was with or anything.
Was it like when it came out, or was it later?
Pretty sure it was when it came out.
Okay. Because you would have been what? 10, 11 at that time or something?
What year did it come out?
Was it 77?
Yeah, 77. I was 8.
Okay.
It was a space movie, and no one really knew anything about it. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
All we knew was Star Trek, right? Because they had the original.
Yeah.
Never saw a 3D one though.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'd be interested. I like watching different versions of Star Wars because it gives you a different perspective. Speaking of, the extended edition for Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, the 4-hour edit. Have any of you in the chat seen that? SusTea, did you see that at all?
I did not.
The
We were
4-hour.
planning to watch that, but we never got a chance.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, there's an edit of Revenge of the Sith that has all the deleted scenes and Clone Wars Season 7, Episodes 9 through 12 edited into it. And it plays flawlessly all the way through. And it's almost 4 hours long. It's fantastic. That's the only way I'm ever going to watch Revenge of the Sith again, is with that edit. It's so good. New Hope ran in theaters almost until Empire came out. Yeah, because it had a smaller opening at first, didn't it? Any Star Wars YouTubers you'd like to see on Echo Base Network? My choice would be Generation Tech. I haven't seen any of his videos in a long time. I don't think I'm subscribed to Generation Tech. I don't know. Maybe there was nothing that really pulled me in about his content. But yeah, it would be cool to see him on there.
I have a treat if you do want to watch this.
Why? What are you doing?
I have a video of you and my brother-in-law fighting with lightsabers.
Okay. Padawanabe, if you want access to that edit, message me on Discord, and I can send you the link to that. The 4-hour edit. Here's one fun topic. For top 5 moments your love of Star Wars went too far. Oh boy. Like really embarrassing stories about going on and on about Star Wars and people just weren't wanting to see it.
It could be. It could be one of your 5.
I can't even think of specifics, but there's been so many situations where people are wearing a Star Wars shirt, or they say like, "Oh yeah, I'm a huge Star Wars fan," and I start talking like actual Star Wars to them, and before long, they're like, "Oh yeah, cool." And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and so like Obi-Wan Kenobi does this and this, and then all this character comes in, and they're like, "Wait, Obi-Wan does he have long hair?" Like, and they like actually aren't Star Wars fans, but I've just been going on for 20 minutes like they really were. I've had plenty of just because of a shirt. There's that meme with the coffee cup, like he's pouring in an espresso, and it says like someone briefly mentions Star Wars, and then like the cup pouring and it's completely overflowing onto the table. It's like all of my Star Wars knowledge Just bleh. Yeah, that's probably most of my Star Wars moments going too far is just
Underestimating
Talking about Star
people's
Wars.
knowledge.
overestimating their knowledge. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I overestimated.
Yeah, just like you assume everyone else is as passionate as you are, and they're just not. Like we wear the term sweaty, which is basically like nerd, as a badge of pride in the Star Wars community. But outside of that, like nerd is still nerd. Everyone loves my Star Wars shirts, but my Vader was framed is a crowd favorite. As a shirt, that's cool. Vader was framed. SusTea, what are you trying to show us?
I'm trying to figure this out, but it's stuck on. Like I think my stuff's bugging out. Yeah, so it's stuck on skip forward. I don't.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to open it up because I've downloaded the video and everything. I have it, but every time I try to play it, it in the Windows movie something, there's like it's 10 seconds backwards, pause, or 30 seconds forwards, and it's like a macro on 30 seconds forwards, and it's not letting me click off.
Play it in VLC. It'll just work.
Okay, let me see. Yeah.
Dad,
Open
go
with
upstairs and help him.
VLC Media player. Okay, I got it. But this is
Did you
okay.
fix
hold
it?
on. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Is this me and Bryce?
This is you and Bryce
going psycho with
This is you and
lightsabers?
Bryce going psycho.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I am ready. It's loading.
I'm ready.
It's loading.
Whenever you're ready.
Well,
The world is watching.
it's
Kansas
it's good on my screen. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. Hey, that shows that you're never too old to play and fight with lightsabers. Because you were 25 during that clip, and Bryce was 23 or 22. Like,
We'll be doing that when we're 40.
yeah, we will.
But not 41.
No.
Just 40. That's it.
I hate when songs do that. Like what's this Christmas song? It says to kids from 1 to 92.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what if you're
93-year-olds.
You don't get
not
to
wishing
celebrate
the 93-year-olds a Christmas? Like that's so funny. Someone spinning in the background, not hitting anything. Anger is not the way of the Jedi.
I have.
Oh my gosh. I love that GIF.
I have you and him fighting a couple different times, but I will save that for another stream.
Yeah. Just send it to me and I'll upload it. I'll brighten it and I'll upload it. I'm 52 and I'll do lightsaber duels with my younger nephews. Yeah, you're never too
You can't
old.
go easy on him, though.
No.
You can't let him win when it comes to lightsabers. Like, It's just kind of the way it is.
Long have I waited for this moment.
Your throat's kind
All
of
right,
sounding like Cad Bane right
some
there.
what are some of your favorite? Oh, what does he say in the Bad Batch? What's something that Cad Bane says? I almost bought the probe droid, the Hallmark probe droid, because someone was selling it for like $60, which is a really good price for that. But I wasn't able to. Really wanted that one. I'm like, 40's my daughter's 24 sounds easy. I do like lightsabers when they come home. Yeah. Yeah.
You're like Kreese, John Kreese. Mercy is for the weak. It's a that was a Karate Kid reference, right? Right? Cobra Kai,
I wouldn't
John
know.
Kreese. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
I don't Cobra Kai. I mean, it's in his name, Cobra.
I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. We shall wait for the reply. Yeah, haha, John Kreese. Yeah, he was the If you ever watched the Karate Kid, Timothy, it's he was the sensei for the bad guy, like the bad guy's sensei. That was like Mercy is for the weak. He was super hardcore.
Mm.
Dang, you turned that volume up in the living room, huh, Dad?
I didn't touch that.
Is she watching it on the TV?
Yeah.
I have a Yoda tree topper. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I want some more Star Wars ornaments, especially the expensive ones, because they're really cool. Or I'll make some. Dad, do you have any Star Wars ornaments?
No, I don't think so.
No. I couldn't remember. Karate Kid and Disneyland. Yeah. Speaking of Disneyland, we all grew up in Disneyland, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like going twice a week.
Yeah, and eating wasabi peas to go.
No, you would not.
I ate the first one and I just kept it down, and he ate one and he threw up. Yep.
I threw up. For anyone that wants to know about the wasabi peas, my dad said, if you guys, what did you have, a whole?
He gave us
giant
like a whole.
bowl?
No, he gave us like 20 each or something. Yeah.
Yeah. A little saucer plate or something.
He said, if you eat all of these wasabi peas,
if all of you eat all of these, not one of you.
Yeah, then
and they
we'll
were
go to Disneyland
really
today.
spicy and gross.
And we didn't have passes because we had moved farther away from Disneyland. He said we would get passes and go to Disneyland that day. And I took one lick and I threw up. I couldn't do it. I have never since touched a wasabi.
I have not either. You scarred us for life.
I just ate some yesterday.
Yeah, I know. You have a whole tub downstairs.
They're really good.
I did. You're right. My wife just reminded me. Last Christmas, I made my ornament. I made a Darth Revan mask ornament, where you like make it out of dough and you bake it to make it hard, and paint it. I painted it and stuff. So I got a Revan ornament. Forgot about that one. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, wasabi peas. Anyway, we couldn't eat them, and so he took us to Disneyland anyway because I would just be cruel.
He ate them all.
I ate them all for you.
Yeah, you ate them all for us. That was pretty fantastic.
And then we went to Disneyland that day.
That day,
and there was no warning before him telling. It's not like, oh, tomorrow if you eat these peas. No, it was like, oh, hey guys, here's these peas. We'll go today if you eat them. And it's like,
and I couldn't do it. I wanted to really bad, but I couldn't. I threw up. I really wanted to.
I think Allie ate the most.
No, she did not. She had literally none. She didn't even taste one. TJ
Really?
tasted one and threw up. I ate a singular one and didn't want any more. And Allie didn't touch it.
I don't get it. They're great.
They are not great. You're
I take
tricking
good bite
yourself.
of those things.
I don't like peas to begin with, and I don't really like wasabi. So
wasabi peas would not be good.
No. And I apologize for anyone that's tuning in for some quality Star Wars talk right now.
We got Mr. Force Ghost on the Death Star.
Now
right
we've
there.
devolved into
Wasabi P-Talk.
Legos.
Oh my gosh. Have you talked about the best Star Wars toy that we own? Is it a best Star Wars toy that we own?
Mine would probably be the X-Wing fighter. My X-Wing fighter.
Yeah, you got to find that and bring it on the show sometime. I bet X-Wing, another channel, he would freak if you saw that. Last time we were at Disneyland was in 2016. Tried to go last September, but COVID, and are trying for 2022. Yeah, and that's kind of sad because Disneyland is never going to be the same as it was when we grew up. We would go because we were all homeschooled. We would go
midweek.
Yeah, during the week and do our school in Disneyland. Like literally go on the roller coasters, come back and finish our math and go on more rides.
And there was nobody there. There was like 100 people in the whole park.
Yep, 100 people in the entire park because it was a weekday. That's not a thing anymore. Disneyland is max capacity every single day now. It's just so weird because we could go and ride the roller coasters and not have to get off and get back in line. They would just send us through again. We'll never get that. So that was our childhood.
Times a week.
Padawannabe says the Rancor toy and the B-Wing ship. I really wish I had the Slave One Lego set still. Because Dad, you got me that one, the Slave One Lego ship, and it was amazing. And I'm pretty sure it was the original Slave One.
I bet we still have all the parts in that giant bin.
I do have parts, definitely, because it came.
Did you take that bin
Han
with you?
Solo. I have
Or do we
most
still
of
have
the Lego pieces.
No, I'm talking about the giant bin that had everything.
Yeah, most of the pieces I have.
Okay, you took it with you.
I gave the bin to SZEP Music, and they had it for years, and then gave it back to me. So I have them. I just don't know how many of the original pieces are still in there. So
I know I dumped a bunch of my stuff because I was into Legos too for a couple of years too.
Yeah. Let me go get my current favorite Star Wars toy right now. It's not really a toy, but
This is a good moment to say that I probably got to get going. But
all right.
It was
talk
pleasure.
Talk
Okay.
for 2 more minutes.
2 minutes. Okay. So I
No, yeah, I'm not pointing that way at you anymore. Now I'm pointing.
got an Olive Garden hat yesterday. We finessed Olive Garden out of a hat. I only have the first Slave one.
Lego.
Very small, blocky looking compared to the other ones that came out after. Well, that's pretty cool still. It's awesome. That Christmas got my jaw on here and sitting in Star Wars that well. Welcome back. I'm not doing anything. Did I tell you about this? This is the coolest thing ever.
Whoa, is that an Olive Garden chef?
Yeah, it is. Let me tell you. So after surfing yesterday, me and a bunch of my friends, there's like 4 of us, we went to Olive Garden on our way back, right? And we're like, we walked up to the front desk after putting our like names in and stuff. They're like, it's been like 20 minutes, but okay. So we walk up and we're like, do you guys have any like hats we could buy? Because how cool! No one has an Olive Garden hat, right? Like how cool would that be to have a hat that has Olive Garden on it? And they're like, oh no, sorry, the only little hats we have are going to be for the chefs in the back. So unfortunately, we can't get those out. And we're like, oh okay. So we get to our table and our waiter is so chill. He's probably like mid-20s and he's a really nice guy and he's really awesome. And one of my friends leans over to him and he's like, we'll give you a $25 tip if you can get him a hat. And he points at like Sebastian, one of my other friends. And the guy's like, okay, I got you guys. And so he comes back 5 minutes later wearing a hat, right? And he's like, hey, does this work? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, hey, what are the chances you could get all of us hats? He's like, don't worry, I got you guys. So he comes back with 4 of these, and we all got Olive Garden hats for a $25 tip. How cool is that?
Olive Garden chef's
so
hats.
sick.
It was so sick. Look at this. Look at this. I even before you move on, look at this. I have a picture of all of us wearing our hats with him right there.
That's so sick. I want an Olive Garden
hilarious.
hat.
It's the coolest thing ever because no one has
amazing,
one of
'cause you
these.
can't even buy that.
No one has an Olive Garden hat.
That's incredible. So sick. That is so sick. I love it. And yeah, Padawannabe, Olive Garden is a family thing. I don't know if you were there on.
No
was
one
it
has an
Matt
Olive
Cave's-
Garden hat.
It was Matt Cave's stream. Or it was Paul, the Star Wars guy's stream the other day when I was telling him about the story where we were funneling breadsticks
And they ran out.
after Allie's birthday, and
After
they
Allie's
ran out,
birthday,
and they're like,
Skating
"Oh,
range,
we're
yeah."
sorry, we are having a guy run to another store to get more breadsticks to cook for you guys because you cleaned us out."
Yeah, we
And
doubled
met
their
him in the
average.
parking lot. We were like, no, it's okay, but we met him in the parking lot.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
we doubled their average for how many breadsticks per table. You know, it was pretty great. I was like, how many?
now than when he was talking to Star Wars?
yeah. I was like, we were like, hey, Trent was our waiter's name. We're like, hey, Trent, what, like, what's the average that each table like gets for like a group of like 4 people? He's like, oh, probably like 2 to 3, and we get like 7 baskets. It was so great.
Yeah. Nuts. Yeah, just don't forget your funnels.
Yeah, bring your funnel. Oh.
That's so funny. Yeah, Olive Garden.
Olive Garden is the best. So we all
Olive
wore
Garden
them the whole rest of the night. Like that happened at like
That's so
probably
sick.
8 p.m. and we wore them till like 1 in the morning. It was the best thing ever.
That's so sick. I want one now. I want an Olive
It's
Garden
so
hat.
cool. It's so awesome. These are, you can't even
have
get
to
these
go.
unless you work there or if you know somebody. It's just great.
I know somebody that has one.
Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's me. I'm upstairs. You hear this?
I'm on the ship. I can't hear you.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Thank you for having me on here. I would like to do it
Yeah.
again. It's fun talking
Talk
Star
some cool
Wars.
Star Wars. If you got any cool Star Wars topics for another future stream, then let me know because
I will.
we can do it again. And beyond that, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too.
Only for the breadsticks.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. Father time. All right, well, SusTea, we are glad that we're able to stop by. You don't YouTube, so I don't know if you have a channel that you want me to
I
plug.
don't really do anything anymore. I mean, I stream on Twitch every once in a while, but not like consistently.
Oh my gosh, the banana.
Oh,
Good night, Cobra. Good to see you here. Glad you stopped by. All right. Well, you and go enjoy your Olive Garden hat.
I will enjoy trying to sleep in my room when it's 95 degrees in here. So yeah, we'll see.
Oh, that's disgusting. I am
It is.
so glad that I am not in California anymore.
It's 82 outside. That's cooler than in my room. I think I'll open the window.
Yeah, I think you're right.
All right. Well, you have a great rest.
You
of
see
your
his
night,
eye
and
messed
I will-
up.
This is have my glasses. There we go. Oh,
Night, everybody.
All right. Well, see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you are very welcome.
alrighty.
That is so
Oh.
gross.
Oh, there it is, Steve. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for having me, and I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah.
Chit
We
chatting
got
away.
into some really weird stuff. It wasn't exactly about Star Wars the entire time. That alien's just so gross.
It's Star Wars, isn't it? Some Star Wars.
No, it kind of looks like a Rhodian, but not a Rhodian. I don't like it at all.
All right. See ya.
That's so bad. See it. All right. Well, if anyone else has any questions left in the chat, then I'll answer those. Any questions you'll have. If not, we will call it here. It's been a great stream. I really appreciate all you guys stopping by because this is fun. Again, we have a really cool community, and I love what we have here. All the people that were able to stop by tonight. Conversation gets sidetracked. Yeah, definitely was not only about Star Wars the entire stream. With my dad doing his filters, and I don't even know. Oh, where is your toy? Yes. Thank you for reminding me. It is right here. is this. You might have seen the Star Wars or 2 Star Wars nerds give this away on their stream. This is not the exact same one because Daryl won that one. But this is my toy. This thing is cool. The pop-up guide to the galaxy. And the pop-ups in this book are incredible. Absolutely fantastic. I love this book. A friend of mine in California before I moved was like, hey, dude, I got some Star Wars stuff. And he gave me this. So, like, look at that Rancor, like, holding the guard. That's so sick. And all these little side pockets open up. Like, there's Chewbacca. There's the Ewoks. Bib Fortuna. Oh, right there. Like, so cool. Everything has, like, a little pop out in here. Audience. Oh. This book is so sick. I think I'm going to do a detailed guide for this book. Going through each page and reading everything. You are now my enemy. Contract is out on you. The book will be mine. Yeah, it's a pretty sick book. Let me look up on Amazon real quick. See if they're selling Star Wars Pop-Up Guide to Galaxy. $4.89. Wait a minute. $20 on second sale? That can't be right. Okay, $60 on eBay, 10 used on eBay, 100 on eBay, unused. Yeah, so you can get them. They're on there. $20 plus 10 shipping. Yeah, they're out there if you search it. Again, if you want to know what it's called, it is Star Wars: A Pop-Up Guide to the Galaxy. I'm sure if you search Star Wars pop-up, this will come up. But this is the book. It is fantastic. And like I was saying, I will probably do a thorough reading from and close-ups on all the pop-ups in this book and post that on my channel. Probably going to post that on Echo Base TV. As an exclusive and then upload it to my channel after it airs there. My son had one, but it was lost in a fire 2 years ago. Oh, no. That is a shame. I had a pop-up book from the 80s, but it's nothing like that one. Yeah, this one's pretty sick. It's pretty cool how they were able to make those things pop up. Yes, please. Yeah, I'll make the video. I'll do a detailed every single page. Might be a long video because there's a lot of pop outs. Like here's the last page. You see Anakin in there, and it folds down into Vader. It's so sick. And again, all the little side pockets pop out. Like there's Yoda. There's Luke, and apparently the lightsaber is supposed to light up, but I don't have batteries in it right now. So I will definitely be doing a detailed, thorough look at that book sometime on my channel. I'll be filming and uploading that one, which should be a really cool video. Hope you guys enjoy that. But if no one else has any questions or topics or anything, I am finally out of coffee, and we will call it there. So everyone, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're still here, I know there's a couple of you still here. Thank you for coming and chilling with me. Arlena says, I got to get to bed after midnight here. Night all. Great stream. Yeah, it is midnight. It's almost 1 here. So yeah, I'm going to get to bed as well. So anyway, thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm glad you came to enjoy Coffee on Korriban live. It's really fun doing this and getting to talk to everyone. And also, it was really cool to have my dad and my brother on, getting to connect with them because I moved away from them. Last February was when we moved out here to Tennessee. So, thank you, Tennessee. Yeah. I love it in Tennessee. I love it here so far. There's a reason I moved out of California, and there's a reason I am not moving back. Especially with 2 kids. California is not the right place to be raising kids. It was a different California when I grew up there, and with my 2 daughters, Tennessee seems a little bit nicer to raise those kids. So glad to be in Tennessee, but it was also nice to reconnect with my dad and my brother again over Star Wars. Again, it's the coolest thing because we have this fake universe that doesn't exist with these force powers that aren't real. These people can move objects with their minds and shoot lightning from their hands, and none of it's real. But we love it so much, and we love how that world operates, and we have that common interest. And now we have friendships that with people that we've never even seen. Like, I don't know Matt Cave in real life. I don't know Arlena, Padawannabe, Paul, the Star Wars guys. I don't know any of you guys in real life. I've met Coach before, played disc golf with him. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It was cool. But we just like this fake universe, and we all kind of hang out with each other. That's really cool. So I'm going to end it on that note. I like our community, and it's different than what you see with other channels, because I'm never going to be as big as Theory or Star Wars Explained. T Money. How's it going, sir? There's a last little drop for you, I guess. T Money, if you got any comments you want to talk about, we can keep talking. I don't have to end it here, but I'm glad to have you here. Live, breathe, love Star Wars. Yeah, I hope you had a great stream. It was a very weird stream. My dad was getting kind of weird with the filters on StreamYard. So if you want to see some of that, go back and check it out. But it was a good stream. Like I said, it was nice talking with my dad and brother again about this fake universe that we all love. So if you haven't already, I humbly ask that you hit the like or the dislike on your way out. And yeah, again, I don't think I will ever be a giant channel like Theory or Star Wars Explained or any of those other, even X-Wing's getting up there, and 2 Star Wars nerds are getting up there. Wait a minute. He says, hold up. Why am I holding up? Topic idea. I thought you were going to bed. All right, what's your topic idea? Let me finish my thought. I'll never be as big as those other channels. I don't have a desire to grow my channel as much as some other people might. But the community that we have here is special because you don't have that kind of a community on Theory's channel. And some of those other bigger Star Wars channels, Stupendous Wave, you don't have that community. Maybe they have top tier patrons or people that are like top tier $50 a month members. And maybe those people have a little bit of a community. But here we're just people talking about what we love. And I wouldn't be making videos on Star Wars if it weren't for Echo Base Network. And that's why I'm really excited for Echo Base TV that will be launching this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I don't know, but go follow Echo Base Network for when that drops. SusTea again says, imagine if there was an open world Star Wars game like GTA, but Star Wars. Well, good news for you. There is an open world Star Wars game coming. Not just that one that I'm talking about, but also the Star Wars game that's going to be coming out. The new Skywalker Saga Lego Star Wars game is supposedly open world. At least it looks like that in the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer for that, go check it out. It's pretty cool. But that's open world. There's also rumored to be an open world Star Wars game coming out soon. It might be Knights of the Old Republic 3, which would be really cool, or something like that. do missions to earn credits. Yeah, and if you haven't, SusTea, TTT Games, if you haven't seen or if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, I was talking to you about it before. If you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, do it. Maybe the graphics are clunky because it's an old game, but it is. I don't know. Knights of the Old Republic has one of the best stories in a game that I've ever played. So that is somewhat open world as much as they could make it at the time. So go and check out that game. But yeah, I agree. An open world Star Wars where you could choose your class, assassin, Jedi, bounty hunter. That's kind of what people are calling for right now. That's what we want to see. We want to be able to be in the Star Wars universe and live how we would live if we were in the Star Wars universe. That would be so sick. Grand Theft Starship. Yeah. Imagine stealing the Naboo cruiser. That'd be so sick. And then you have to like kill the decoy in order to take the ship. That'd be so funny. T-Money, I'll never see a mustache as majestic. I appreciate that. I really do. Yeah, we're still going to. Me and Mr. 2 are going to do mustaches on Mustafar stream sometime in the near future when we both have some time to do it. I have played it before. I think, yeah, it's really good. The story is the best part of the game rather than the actual gameplay itself, especially when you get invested. It's a pretty great story. T-Money, I don't know if you're able to pop in or if you want to pop in, but you're welcome to if you want to talk about some stuff. If not, I'm going to get to bed. I'm just glad I don't have to work tomorrow, so I don't have to be in bed. Similar controls looks to Warcraft, right? World of Warcraft? Like top-down view? It's not. It's third person. Let me see if I can search up real quick. It is. Let me see if I can share. Yeah, for sure, dude. Sure. Okay. Share my screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. There we go. It's this kind of gameplay. So you're walking around in the cities and you have your little crew of different people and your different moves, and you can select and electrocute them all. So that's what the graphics look like. This is all open world. You walk around everywhere around there, go in the different buildings and do different things and go on different missions. And you can collect bounties on people or do racing. The battling is turn-based. So like you would select like a flurry and then a force thing and then a grenade or whatever. And then your character would act out those turns. So that is how the game operates. I've played something super similar, Old Republic. Yeah, Old Republic is the it's more open world, I believe, but it's all online. Knights of the Old Republic you can get on your phone. That's the only place I've played it is KOTOR on the phone. I still have to play 2. It's like $15 to download it, but I think it's going to be worth it. KOTOR 1, from what I've heard, has the better storyline, but 2 has a lot of gaps that I want filled in my own Star Wars knowledge with Kreia and Scion and Nihilus and everything that I know about them, but I don't know the stories and stuff. So, yeah, that's the one I played online with a few friends. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like that one, but if you haven't played KOTOR 1, highly recommend it for the story. The story is incredible. It takes maybe about 33 hours to play through the storyline if you're like taking your time and stuff. But it's really worth it. The payoff, there is a twist in the middle. If you don't know it, go play it and let me know about the twist, how you like it. KOTOR 2 is best played on Steam with the Sith Restoration mod. See, I'm not into PC gaming. I don't know anything about mods or anything, but I could see how that would be best if you mod the game to modernize it a little bit. Really hope the rumored remake is true. Yeah, remake of KOTOR 1 would be amazing with updated graphics. That would be so cool. Upgraded fighting style, like if you're actually battling instead of turn-based, that would be really sick. So let's hope they do that. Team Money, who do you think is working on that if they are, and who would you want to work on that? What studios would you want to work on that? There's a question for you. And by extension, are you excited for the Lego game? I know a lot of people are. I haven't played Lego games in quite a while. I think Indiana Jones was the last Lego game I played. Let's see, the mod restores a lot of cut content and fills a lot of the story. Okay, cool. So I would assume KOTOR 2 doesn't have those mods added on the mobile version, which is what I would be able to play it on. I don't know how good at gaming this PC is, or if I'll have to upgrade it or whatever. But I would probably play it on mobile, and I would assume that it wouldn't have those mods on it. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It is 1 o'clock here. So I hope you guys all enjoyed the show, as weird as it was the whole time. Rumor is that Aspire, the studio who ported KOTOR 1 and 2 to mobile, is working on the remake. Yeah, that would make sense. They are also working on it, or they're already working on it if they did the porting to mobile, so they would know the game pretty well at that point. So excited for that for sure. And he also says, also super excited for Lego Star Wars. Yeah, I'm going to want to play it. I'll probably hold my breath and play the sequel trilogy missions in that game. But yeah, it looks really good. Most anticipated game. Yeah, man, you have a great night as well. So I will wrap it up here. I'm tired. We'll get some sleep. Coffee can only do so much. But this was a great stream, and for everyone still here, thank you. Thank you for your time, your watch hours. Again, hit like or dislike on your way out. I appreciate it. I hope you will stop by again and join me back on Korriban for more coffee. And I will see you wherever I happen to see you in the galaxy.